How is it going, guys? Slippery Jim here. Welcome back to Sky Vaults. And in this episode, I've decided to unlock another of the big mods. Now, this mod is probably going to be familiar to a lot of you who may have played modded Minecraft before. But while it's been in a few of the mod packs I've played in the past, I've never actually done anything with it. So I'm going to be learning this basically from scratch and checking it out. So it's going to be exciting for me. And it's also going to be quite useful for our progression at the moment because there's a couple of items that I still have trouble getting for the Vault Altar if we're ever asked for it. And those things are leaves, believe it or not. So at the moment, I have to harvest these manually from my very small tree farm. And yeah, it's quite annoying. Whenever I need a lot of leaves, I have to go, chop some of my trees. So with leaves, we can actually get these from Botania. If we use a conjuration catalyst and a mana pool, we can pretty much duplicate leaves. So it doesn't produce leaves from scratch, but it does let you duplicate very, very quickly. So you can end up with a ton of leaves super fast using this method. And I believe it does that for a bunch of the different leaves that are in the game that we're going to need for the Vault Altar in bulk as we get towards level 100. The other thing that we can actually get from Botania is if we are able to get a Clayconia flower, this will actually allow us to convert sand into clay. And clay is another thing that I can only really get from raw vaults. Occasionally I mine a little bit from factory rooms in the regular vaults, but other than that, I have no way of producing this at the moment. Whereas sand, I have an infinite supply of thanks to thermal expansion, so we could potentially produce unlimited clay if we can get our hands on the Clayconia. There's also a bunch of other stuff that you can do with Botania, which is pretty cool. They have removed a lot of the more powerful stuff from Botania inside of Vault Hunters 3, unfortunately, like the armor. There's, a few other things like the trinkets and stuff like that, apparently, that they took out. But apart from that, we can use we can still learn the basics of Botania and use it for some production needs in this episode. Hopefully, we'll be able to progress with Botania. So we are going to unlock that shortly, and I might even be able to use my flower farm over here to generate some of the mystic flowers that we're going to need. So let's just go downstairs, and I'm going to show you guys first before we craft up the knowledge stars that we need. I'll show you what I've done in between episodes. So I've actually done a fair bit of work on the bottom level of the pyramid, and I've expanded this so it's 2 levels high for the most part, except for this central platform. And this platform is where we're going to be doing most of our Botania stuff. But out here, this is the area that I'm going to probably be using for create when we get around to setting that up. And we can also fit tree farms in here as well, like pretty tall ones. So we can do like the tall jungle trees and stuff like that here pretty comfortably, whereas they didn't fit in the normal floors that I had previously. So this is going to be a ton of space for us to be able to utilize for some of that stuff. I also moved the chunk loader down here in the center of the pyramid, so now it goes up through the middle there for I think is it 9 chunks, something like that. We might even end up needing more chunk loaders for these outer areas, but we'll worry about that later. So yeah, been very, very busy with deconstructing part of this floor I should say, and then building out this bottom floor down here. And speaking of building, there's actually another mod that I really wish I had unlocked and utilized previously, which is the building gadgets mod, and we might actually unlock that today. Although I've probably finished most of my major building, but it would have been good to have that up my sleeve as well. So yeah, we will need a bunch of knowledge stars. Let's just take a look at what we're going to need here at the moment. So if we do unlock building gadgets, that's 14 knowledge stars, and Botania is 18. I think I have 7 at the moment. So we'll need 25, I believe, in total to unlock both of those. And believe it or not, at the moment, I've got the ability to craft about 70 knowledge stars because of all the grinding that I've been doing. So, yeah, it's not going to be a problem for once. Let's grab those out of there. And we'll consume all of these. So before we move on to Botania, I think we will actually craft up the building gadgets. So first let's unlock building gadgets. Nice. So that also gives us the Builder Transmog armor set, which is pretty cool. I believe it's got a little high vis vest that you unlock and a construction helmet and stuff like that. If you want to, look like a council worker or whatever. But yeah, essentially, I don't know too much about this mod, but I do know that it can essentially place a bunch of blocks down for you just to save a ton of time when you're building. And if we look at building gadgets here, there's actually a few different ones. An exchanging gadget, I'm not really sure what that does. There's the regular building gadget, and then there's the copy paste gadget. And the destruction gadget. So I think we'll make the regular building gadget. We'll get a couple of these happening. It's not ridiculously expensive. We'll need a second one. And we'll make the copy paste gadget as well. Apart from that, we might need a template manager, so we might as well get that going. And we might need a paste container to play around with as well. So for this, we need construction paste, and we can use the pulverizer on some dense construction blocks, I think. Let's just get a few of these. This does use clay, unfortunately, which I don't have a lot of, but hopefully we'll be able to get a lot of it after we set up Botania. So we turn that into the dense construction blocks. And then we have to pulverize these to get the paste. So we'll chuck those in there. So essentially what the construction paste does, I believe, is you can use it as a replacement for blocks. It doesn't actually become the block that you're using it for, but it imitates the block, if you know what I mean. So yeah, for instance, if I were to say I wanted a bunch of mycelium or something like that to build with, I could use the paste to construct something that looked like this mycelium here, but it wouldn't actually be mycelium. It would just be a decorative block that looks exactly like mycelium. I think that's how it works. But you can also build or copy and paste with the exact normal materials if you have them. Obviously, it doesn't just supply them out of thin air for you. Okay, so let's maybe get the tier 2 container. We need 4 of these, I think, to make the tier 2. And to put the paste in this, what you have to do is shift right click like this, and it goes into the container. So yeah, these do need power as well, and I don't think they'll charge in the applied energistics charger. No. So there's a couple of options for us to charge these. We could use an energy hopper from the power mod. And this is basically a hopper that sits on top of a chest, and you supply it with power and it will then power the chest. So anything you put in the chest underneath it will be charged automatically when you put it in there. And these have all the regular tiers that the power mod has, from starter to nitro. But there's something else that might just be a little bit more cost effective and time effective, which is the NSL, and this is from the NSL mod. I think it's probably the only item included from that mod. So yeah, I think we'll try this thing out. This is unlocked by default, and we'll grab ourselves an ender gate here. Where will we put this? Let's put it over here and slap this on there so it gets power. There we go. Looks like it holds 1 million FE. That's pretty crazy. But I'm pretty sure it will charge this crafting terminal as well if I wanted to put it in there. But we mainly want to charge these building gadgets. It looks like it charges them pretty quick as well. It's just more convenient for me to have this over here. So yeah, it looks like a big copper top. But I'll show you guys the very basics of this copy paste gadget. I'm not a pro with this or anything like that, but it will be helpful if I ever decide I need to build anything large again. So while we're waiting for that, we'll just grab some blocks. We'll grab some of these grass blocks here, just for demonstration purposes. That's probably enough power for now, just to show you guys how this thing works, if you don't already know. So down the bottom here, I've actually got a small square of grass set up somewhere over here. I was basically put this over here to see if it would spawn anything interesting in the snow biome, because I still don't have foxes. I'd kind of like to get some foxes, but so far nothing seems to have spawned here. Anyway, basically, if we were to take the building gadget here, and I've currently got the controls mapped to the P button on my keyboard, and you can go up and go to the copy section there. And then basically you can right click on, I think it's shift right click. And then you can expand that to cover the whole area there. You can also rotate it and stuff like that if you wanted to. But say I wanted to turn this into a farm or something. Basically what I could do is go into the paste area here, and then I could just paste it. Bam, like that. And you can just, keep on going. It would be really handy for like doing large sections like the glass here, or the the cobblestone slabs and stuff like that. And if you mess up, you can just press the undo button, and it puts all the blocks back in your inventory. Now, suppose I didn't have any of these grass blocks. Let's chuck them out over here. Is my magnet? Let's turn the magnet off. We'll chuck them over here. So I've got some of that paste here in the paste container. And what I could do instead is exactly the same thing, but because I don't have the grass blocks there, it's going to create these out of the construction blocks. And as you can see, these are not real grass blocks. It's just the construction stuff. So yeah, we can just destroy that again. But yeah, kind of cool. I didn't want to make this in between episodes because I wanted to show you guys unlocking it and stuff like that. But it would have been really handy in retrospect for all this construction. Really, I wish I'd built it like a lot earlier on in the playthrough, to be honest. Although it's not so bad in Sky Vaults because you're not doing like absolute tons of building. But very cool little gadget, that one. And the building gadget, I believe, is just going to let you build like long rows of stuff and like walls and stuff like that. Let's just chuck this in here. So this, let's have a look at the GUI here. So we have a grid, surface, build to me, vertical columns, horizontal columns, walls, etc. You can rotate stuff like that. So yeah, this would be really handy for just laying down long rows of the same block and stuff like that, I think. But I believe you can also make templates with this template manager, and then you can just basically slap down the template. Or you could potentially do more complex structures as well. Like if I wanted this pillar, I could just cut and paste the pillar, or copy and paste the pillar, and like spam pillars everywhere, as long as I had the blocks, which is pretty cool, I think. Let's just stick this down as well. I'll just get rid of those grass blocks. Grab this stuff out of here. And we'll grab this. Put that there. We might need that again. So I don't think this needs any power. We'll just put this here. And I think you can basically put templates into this. Like you could copy something with this like we did before. And then with the copy paste gadget, and then you could save the template, and then just use the template later, kind of thing. And I think you can even like create the template like one of these things, and then use that in the future, which could be quite handy. But yeah, I don't know everything about this mod. Like, I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I haven't used it very much at all. But let's just put this. I'll just put the paste in here, I guess. Oh, it's kind of a tool there, right? We'll put it up here. Okay. Anyway, enough of the building gadget stuff. So let's move on, and we'll use our knowledge points for unlocking Botania. Nice. So we also get a full transmog set for an armor set there for Botania, which is pretty cool, I believe. It's got like overalls and a flower on the helmet and stuff like that. This is the helmet here. And I think the pants are, let's have a look here. Yeah, the pants are the overalls, which is pretty cool. Actually, I did unlock in one of the vaults not long ago, which had a cove in it. Near the small X mark spot, I was just mining out some of the dirt there, and I hit this fool's gold, and that actually unlocks a full set of the pirate transmog, which you can unlock just by chance normally as well. But we might actually try this out. Let's get some vault bronze. We might actually see what this looks like. Where is it? That's the hat. This is my backup armor. We'll still rock the Tenos set for my regular armor. I really like that set. But there's the chest. Builder. There's the leggings. Kind of stripy. Builder boots. Fairy boots. I've got quite a lot of transmogs now. Where are the pirate ones? Here somewhere. There they are. So this is an Omega set. Looks pretty cool. Look at that. Arr, I've got the eye patch and everything. For some reason, I've got a flag stuck in my back. Interesting. Just so everyone knows, I'm a pirate coming their way. Anyway, yeah, cool. Let's get back to what we were doing. So now that we've unlocked the Botania mod, it will make the create mod cost quite a lot more. It's going to be 30 research. We can actually afford that at the moment. So, it's not a big drama, but it's still quite expensive, shall we say. Okay, now we've unlocked Botania. I think we can make the guidebook, which is the Lexica Botania. There's okay. Looks like you can upgrade it later on, but it's basically any kind of sapling and a book. So just like that. And this takes you through like the basics. And as you progress, I believe it unlocks later chapters in it. So it's even got an unlock progress bar there. So yeah, mystical flowers. This is really the start for Botania. From the research that I've done, we need to get petals. And pretty much every type of mystical flower we need to get hold of. It also takes you through a few other things that you can craft here. Mystical items, trinkets and accessories. So I'm pretty sure all of the trinkets have been removed for Vault Hunters, unfortunately. Entry, mystical flowers. Yeah, it just takes you through all of that stuff. So some of the items and stuff like that. Different things. And then there's a ton of stuff that's locked as you progress through. But actually looking at this, there is one thing that we probably should craft to start with here, which is a pouch called the flower pouch. And this thing looks like we can make it with some wool and a red shimmering mushroom. So this will give us a little pouch that holds all the different types of mystical flowers. So the 1 high versions and the 2 high versions. I'm not sure how many of each it can hold. Whether it's a stack and that's it, or if it's infinite. Probably a stack would be my guess. But yeah, that's the starting off point really for us. We can't do too much until we get the petals. So yeah, we're going to go get some petals. Now, one thing that will enable us to get the mystical flowers to get the petals should be explained in here for us. Floral fertilizer. So this stuff can be made with bone meal and any type of dye, 4-to-1. And it gives you the floral fertilizer. And then you just basically use that on grass, I believe, similar to bone meal, to get the mystical flowers to spawn. So we're going to give that a try. And unfortunately, I don't think it will work the same way as bone meal does inside of these 2 high tall flower farms, or even this dispenser here. I don't know why it doesn't work the same as bone meal, but it might require an actual player to be right clicking it rather than a dispenser. Maybe that's why, but yeah, it doesn't work the same way. So what we're going to have to do is right click it manually, but we can still harvest it automatically with that that machine. So let's get some of this fertilizer. Floral fertilizer. So I should have a bunch of white dye in here. Let's craft as much of this as we can. Have I run out already? Let's just make some more. Oh, we've still got some in there. That's weird. Have I run out of bone meal? No? I don't know what's going on. It's not wanting to craft. We could craft it manually, I guess. Let's grab the dye out of there. And the bone meal. So it was 4-1, wasn't it? Something like that. Okay, you know what? I don't know how much of this we should actually make, but we'll maybe make some more of this. Floral obedience stick. What the heck is that? Some weird stuff in Botania. All right, I reckon that's going to be enough for sure. I want to get like a ton of them and then I don't have to worry about them ever again kind of thing. So this will probably take a while, but what I'm going to be doing here is turning on our flower farm. And then we're basically going to be right-clicking this onto the grass here, and it's just going to be churning out the numbers and putting them into our flower pouch, hopefully. So let's turn this on and give it a try. Oh, hang on. Before we do, I should probably turn off the regular flowers. Let's grab the distributor out of there. And take that out of there. That should disable this. Otherwise, we're going to get the regular flowers. Okay, back to what we were doing. Let's try that again. Beautiful stuff. Look at that. Very nice. Okay, that was extremely noisy, but extremely productive. So we have got an absolute ton of mystical flowers now. It looks like they only stack to 64 in here, but that's okay because we had some overflow space available in my inventory here. We definitely got a full stack of each kind of the mystical flowers here. And maybe well, you know what? Let's just convert these ones here into petals. Okay, so I've converted a bunch of the flowers into the petals here. We are going to need a lot of these petals for the crafting within Botania. So it's just a simple matter of chucking those into a crafting grid to convert them into petals. So we've got pretty much every single color here from the mystical flowers available. And we are going to need quite a lot of some of these for some of the flowers we're going to need to craft to progress in Botania. The next thing that I want to set up is the Petal Apothecary. And this thing allows us to craft some basic flowers and other stuff as well. I think there's an entry in here for the Petal Apothecary. So yeah, we need to set one of these up. They do require water to function as well. And you can either just chuck a bucket of water in there to fill it with water. Or what I want to do is set up a way to auto refill this thing, because every time it crafts something up, it uses up the water. So yeah, we're going to probably use modular routers for that, but let's get started here with the Petal Apothecary. Such a weird word. There's a few different flavors here that we can make. I think we might make the mossy one. So it's just pretty simple to make. It's got a perfect Larimar in here and a red shimmering mushroom. I didn't even know where I got this thing from, but apparently we have one. So we can craft that up there. We might also get a few of those mossy cobble blocks for crafting purposes, just to make things look a little prettier. Can we get some slabs out of these? Let's get some slabs as well. Oops, way too many. Never mind. We're not gonna need anywhere near that many. But cool, I guess. And we might grab a lantern or two. Grab some of these. And what else? Some mossy carpet, maybe? I want to pretty it up a bit as we go, kind of thing. That'll probably do. And we're probably going to need some extra buckets here. Let's grab an empty bucket. Grab an extra bucket of water. That should be pretty much everything that we need. Now, let's go downstairs and find a spot for this thing. So I'm probably going to set up our initial Botania area over here somewhere. We'll probably have mana production in this corner, and then some like miscellaneous things over here. Yeah, we'll figure it out. So yeah, let's set this up over here. Now, I want to set this up next to an infinite water source. I just remembered something that we might need actually. Let's grab ourselves a good old modular router. Got one here. I think it's empty. And we are going to need something to manipulate the buckets of water and put them into the Apothecary. So I think, let's have a look here. Modular. The activator module is what we need for this, I believe. So we'll get 2 of these going. What am I missing here? Droppers. Dispenser. So 2 of those. I think that's probably all we'll need. I might as well get some speed upgrades, because why not, right? They're always good to get. Modular speed upgrades. I'll get a few of these. I think that's hopefully everything that I need. Now, I could use a sink as our infinite water source. It would be a little bit more compact, but also quite expensive to make. And I don't know how many resources I'm going to need today, so we'll try and just use the old school vanilla infinite water source on this thing, which we'll set up initially so we know how much space we've got to use. Let's see. We'll set it up back here. So we will have, let's see, something like this. Set it up here. So this would be, what we need for an infinite water source. Oops. Oops. That's what I wanted to happen. Okay. Nice. Beautiful. So that's our infinite water source there. And we want to put the modular router right in front of the infinite section of this. Like that. And then we're going to have this. I think we can put it in front of this. Like that. see if we can get this working before we try to pretty anything up too much. But essentially what we want to have happen with this modular router is we want the first activator to whitelist an empty bucket, and we want it to right click behind it. That should be pretty much all we need there. And then we want the second activator to whitelist a full bucket and place it in front of it into the Apothecary. So I'm not 100% sure if you can right click the side of it with a bucket or not, but we're about to find out. So we'll chuck both of these in. I don't think it really matters what order we put these in there, and it will need a bucket. So let's chuck that in there. And there it goes. So it filled it up. Now, if we empty this out, if we empty this apothecary, okay, it refills. Beautiful. All right, very, very simple setup. And it just works. Love it. I love it. Okay. So I'd like to make this as pretty looking as possible, but I'm not sure how that will go. We'll try our best. Let's put maybe a full block there. Then we can put a lantern like that. And we'll do this. We'll do this. Just try and make it look like a natural sort of spring or something. I don't know. Something like that. And we can put some moss around the place. It's not too bad. Let's just do that. Oh, actually, we won't go too far out that way. What if we put this here? I think that's fine. It's fine like that, I think. And we'll just put some moss here and there. Make it look a little bit more legit. Oh, okay. A little bit there. A little bit there. Alrighty. That'll do. So I could have made this much more compact just by putting a sink there, but that's okay. We can also put a camouflage thing on that, I guess. We might even do that and put the lantern on top of that. And do this. Yeah. What about... Just playing around with it now to make it look good, but... Something like that. Okay. Yeah, we'll put the lantern on top of that. Okay, let's go get ourselves a camouflage upgrade. Okay, while we're here, We'll grab some stone. We'll also need a mana steel ingot. Maybe grab a couple of these. And a couple of perfect Larimar. And a couple of seeds. I think that's... Oh, we're also going to need some petals. So we'll grab some white petals here. I think that's all we need. Alright. Let's go downstairs again. Alright, let's slap on the camouflage upgrade. We're going to make it look like this. Put that in there. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. And we'll also put a speed upgrade. It's probably not necessary, but we'll just chuck a little bit of a speed upgrade in there. Cool. Yeah, that's all right. I think that's pretty good. I like it. Yeah. I actually like that lantern off center a little bit, actually. We might grab that. Stick it there. Like that. And we'll leave that grass. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Put that. Put that there like that. We still got the moss there. I wouldn't mind getting some more moss, actually. Moss carpet. Grab that. Can we do anything with this? Doesn't look like it. Oh, did I just make a stack of that? Oh, no. God damn it. That sucks. My valuable moss blocks. Wasted. Right. Yeah, that'll do. Let's not go too crazy with it. So we have ourselves a Petal Apothecary, and it is set up so it will auto refill, which is awesome. Now, if we take a look at the Lexica Botania, we need to check out the Pure Daisy next. So the Pure Daisy will actually allow us to obtain two very crucial ingredients that we need for Botania progression, and that is Living Wood and Livingrock. These are both made from an interaction of the Pure Daisy. In the case of Living Wood, when it's right next to a Pure Daisy, I believe most kinds of wood, like wood logs, will turn into living wood. When stone is right next to a living daisy, it will turn into living rock. I think the process takes about a minute or so. That's what it says here anyway. So yeah, that's what we're gonna use here, just to get ourselves a little bit of basic living wood and living rock. And then I might even work on trying to automate that, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, so let's maybe set up something over here. We'll probably need a bit of space here, so we've got a line here which will be the edge of where we do our mana production. We probably want to come in and have an area. Let's mark it out with the moss carpet, I guess. So this is the edge. We want to have maybe 2 blocks there. And we want to be somewhere between there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, maybe you won't have 2 there. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's a space there. Let's just bring it out all the way to here, actually. So it will be between this spot and that spot is where we're going to set up our living wood, living rock production area. So I guess the first thing that we need is going to be the pure daisy. So to make the pure daisy, if we have a look here, what we need is the Petal Apothecary is the crafting station. We need 1 chromatic steel ingot, and we need 3 mystical white petals, or you can use white shimmering mushrooms, and 1 perfect Larimar. And when you've put those into the Petal Apothecary, you also need to chuck in a seed. So and that basically completes the process. So yeah, let's give that a try here. Pardon me. We'll give that a try here. So I should have everything I need. We'll grab all of this out of here. And we're going to craft up 2 of these. We'll only use 1 initially though, but I guess it'll be good to have a backup. So let's chuck this in here. Magnet off. Okay, I don't think that's the correct way to do it. Actually, we'll see if this works though. No, it's not going to work. I put too much stuff in. Okay, how do I get the stuff back out? Let me just do this. Yeah, okay, I screwed up. So, all right, let's get that one out as well. So we just have to throw them in like one at a time here. That's correct. It's got a little tick. Nice. So you can see there on the heads up display, I guess you would call it, or GUI, whatever. It's got a tick showing me I've got the correct recipe to produce a pure daisy. But I need to add a seed to complete the recipe here. So let's chuck that in. Bam. We got our pure daisy. Beautiful stuff. And like I said, we'll probably make an extra one just because we might decide to have an extra one going. Let's chuck the stuff back in here. And we have 2 of these things. Now, you can just plug these in the ground to grow them. Or you can have like the floating version, which I think would be cool. There's no real reason for me to do this, but I kind of want to. So what do we need for a floating pure daisy? A floating pure daisy. Let's see here. Floating. So just dirt, pasture seeds. Is that right? Glimmering orange flower. Floating orange flower. Pasture seeds. Pasture. How do we get these? Okay, we can't do that. No. I might actually have some floating stuff though that I've picked up in the Paradox Vault. Let's have a look. Paradox. What am I doing? Why am I searching for that? Floating. Here we go. We've already got a couple of these. Trouble is they already have flowers in them. But I don't know if you can change the flower or not. Let's see. Can I change the flower? Maybe in a crafting grid. Floating pure daisy. Beautiful. So we'll put our spare in here. Actually, you know what? We'll put it with the other Botania flowery type stuff. I'll find a proper location for those later. But all right, we have our floating pure daisy. So for instance, if we didn't have grass, we could just use this on concrete or anything, cobblestone, whatever we wanted to. But we're going to be putting this fairly central here. I'm thinking possibly 1, 2, 3. Let's put it here. And these glow, which is really cool. Yeah, I probably should replace some of these torches that I washed away. We've got the mega torches anyway, so it's not like super important, but cool. I feel like one of them's missing over here. That one. Just put one there. Alright, so we have our pure daisy over here. So basically what will happen is if we grab stone, and I forgot oak, so let's go grab that. And basically any block like that's right next to the pure daisy is going to be affected by it. Like right up against it. So we'll probably go all the way around it here. We'll start with 4 oak logs, and then we'll have 4 stone blocks. And you can see the particle effect happening here. So the pure daisy is doing its thing, and eventually these should convert into our very first batch of the living rock and living wood. I don't know why it doesn't call it living stone, since it's always made from stone, but anyway. Yeah, it is what it is. Let's just wait on this, and then while we're waiting, we'll take a look at what we need to make next. So ultimately, if we're working our way towards stuff like the Clayconia, so to make this, we're going to need a rune as well as some petals, right? So the rune is made using a Runic Altar, and it also requires mana steel and some other stuff like that. So for this, we are going to need, let's have a look here, mana. So we are going to need to produce some mana. Wow, that was actually pretty quick. So you can see here that this converted into living wood and living rock. So we can actually harvest this, and we can harvest, let's get this going here, this. And basically we can just rinse or repeat the process to get more. So we'll put this here, and we'll put this here, like that, get some more happening there. But ultimately I do want to try to automate this process. And to do that, I'm probably going to try using some applied energistic stuff. So we actually have, I think they're called formation planes. So essentially what these do is they will, pardon me. So what these formation planes do is they actually are able to place a solid block of a material into an exact area. We could do something similar with modular routers as well, most likely, but we'll use these anyway. And the other thing that we're going to need is if we're using these to place the oak logs and the stone next to the pure daisy, we're also going to need what's called an annihilation plane. Very cool name. But essentially what these do is they will break any block that they can put into an inventory, to put it like simply. So these are going to be used to break the living rock and the living wood once it has been produced by our living daisy. So yeah, we'll probably have to set up a little separate network over here for Applied Energistics to get that to work. There's a few ways you could probably automate this, but we'll give that a go to start with. And then we're going to have to figure out how we're transporting stuff to and from this this system as well. But let's just get a few more of these happening first. Beautiful. Alrighty, well guys, I'm going to spend some time automating this setup. It might take a little while to figure out. I already have a access point here to the ME system that I laid through the pillar here. So yeah, I'll try and get it set up and functioning, and we'll be back shortly. See you guys then. Arr, welcome back guys. So it's taken me a little while, but I have been able to set up some pretty cool automation for Livingrock and Living Wood using the Applied Energistics 2 system, which I'll show you guys in a moment. I'll walk you through that for those of you that want to know how it all works and stuff like that. As you can see, I have also set up some drawer storage here as well for petals. We've got some seeds in there, and we've got our mystical flowers over there, and our one and only living daisy that we've got as a backup. So yeah, it's shaping up, this little area here. But one other thing that I've discovered with a little bit of experimentation, by the way, guys, and this might make your life easier if you're ever wanting to know how to set this up. This Petal Apothecary. So obviously I have taken the time to put a modular router here and have an automatic water bucket set up here so that it refills every time the water gets used up. However, I have discovered there's a much cheaper and simpler way to do that, and all you have to do is have a vanilla water source just like the one we've already got here, and if you take the Petal Apothecary and simply plonk it down in the middle between the two water sources here, it will automatically refill because it's going to be waterlogged every time that the water gets used up in these things. So if you want a super cheap, easy way to do it, that's definitely one way to do it. But yeah, I kind of like the way this looks now. So I regret nothing. Besides, modular routers are really cheap anyway. Okay, let's move over to our automated setup here for the Living Wood and Living Rock. So there's two main components to this, and it was a lot more complicated to get it to work than I thought it would be. But essentially what's happening here is we've got underneath this thing, I'll take you guys down and show you. So underneath this, in a ring, well, a square ring, if you like, around the living daisy, which is sitting on top of this grass block here in the middle. This square ring here is basically a ring of formation planes from Applied Energistics 2. And essentially what these things do is they will place a block for you. So in this case, I've specified oak logs for 4 of these formation planes, and the other 4 that we've got left, I've specified stone. So stone makes the living stone, and the wood makes the living wood. Okay, so that's what those formation planes are doing for us. They are placing the blocks that are then converted over a period of about a minute or so by the pure daisy in the middle there into living wood and living rock. And those are getting put into our storage drawers here, which is pretty cool. So in order to harvest the living wood, living rock when it gets created, we've got these annihilation planes. And these are basically the opposite of the formation plane. Instead of placing blocks, they will harvest the blocks for you. So we've got 8 of these, once again, in a square ring around the daisy in the center there, but on top of the block that gets placed. Now, these are connected to separate sub-networks. So down here, we've got an ME controller for one sub-network. And over here, we've got another ME controller for the second sub-network. Now, if we go underneath here, you can see these are both powered by ender gates, which are wirelessly delivering power from our power setup. So far so good. Are you still with me? Okay. Now, this is where it gets a little bit complicated, but essentially with Applied Energistics 2, there is a limit of 8 channels that you can have connected to any single cable. So a channel, for instance, is going to be made up by something like the formation plane. So we have 8 formation planes connected to this green cable here, which is connected to the ME controller subnetwork, this one right here. So because there's 8 formation planes connected to this cable, that's all 8 channels used up. So we can't actually add anything else to this. We need to add it via a separate cable connected somewhere else on this ME controller if we need another cable, which we actually do. So essentially the subnetwork is attached to the formation planes underneath here, which are on the bottom level of the square ring around the pure daisy. Now, coming off this other side, we do have another green cable here connected to the same subnetwork with the ME controller on it. And this one is basically going to 2 different storage drawers, which are both connected via an input bus right here. And you can see on this one, I've whitelisted stone. We've also got some acceleration upgrades for speed. And on this one over here, we've got this whitelisted for the oak logs. So what these are doing are basically, these are providing the blocks that are then getting placed by the formation planes, all on the same subnetwork of this ME controller over here. Okay, you with me so far? Now, as far as where these stone and oak logs are magically coming from, these are connected via a export bus, which again have the item whitelisted and an acceleration card in there. And these ones, even though it's a green cable, these are actually on a different network, which is the main network, which goes back, if we go underneath here, you can see these are connected to this cable here. And these go back to this 32 channel dense cable. And this goes all the way up through the pillar to my main ME system here. So yeah, that's where the oak logs are coming from. They're being delivered from the main system via these smart cables into these storage drawers. So these storage drawers are maxed out at the moment. Okay, hopefully that makes sense, right? So that's the formation plane subnetwork. Now, that's all on this ME controller, as I said. The other ME controller, now this is for the Annihilation plane subnetwork. So this is rocking the brown smart cable here. And what we've got going on here, if we come back up top here, we've got 8 channels again. Just a cable coming directly from that other ME controller there. And it is attached to all of the Annihilation planes. And then what we've got going on down here, so they take up all 8 channels. So we've got another cable coming from the other side here of the same ME controller. And this one's coming out and it's actually attached to another storage bus here, which is attached to another storage drawer up top. and it comes along here, and it is attached to a second storage bus, which is connected to another drawer. And this one actually, I should say, it harvests the Livingrock, and this one over here harvests the living wood logs. So basically what's happening here is when these annihilation planes harvest the living rock and living wood, these are getting sucked into these storage drawers here. And this is where they're permanently going to be located. But with this cable that comes off the side here, this is attached to a storage bus right here. And this is connected once again on that same green cable that we saw before that leads to the main network there. So even though their living rock and living wood is located in those individual storage drawers down the bottom here, we can see them in the main system and have access to them in the main system, which is pretty cool. Now, one of the tricky things about these annihilation planes is there's no way to filter these. You can't put a capacity card in these. There's no whitelist, nothing like that. There's literally nothing except the annihilation plane. And they will just break anything, any block that they're connected to, as long as they can put it into a storage container of some kind. So the key with getting these so that they only harvest the living rock and the living wood, and they don't harvest the stone and the oak logs that we place here before they get transformed by the pure daisy. The key to that, the key to that is basically having them connected only to a storage device that will only permit the specific item into it that you want to harvest. So in this case, these storage drawers are locked. They can only contain one type of item, and these are the only storage that this subnetwork is connected to. So when these are looking for a storage to put the oak and the stone, there's nothing available, so they simply don't harvest these. Otherwise, it wouldn't work properly if they did. But once these are transformed, as you can see, like it did just then, once these are transformed into the living wood and the living rock, they say, "Oh, I've got a storage unit there that will accept these items, so I'll harvest those," and they get sent through, and they get put into their respective containers, which is pretty awesome, via the storage bus, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so it works really, really well. It's functioning perfectly for me right now. And if these ever run out of space in here, I mean, I've got 2 of these 16 times tier 4 storage upgrades in there, as well as a void upgrade actually. So this will actually go infinitely. I think it does take a fair bit of power, but you know, we got plenty of power at the moment. I think it's like 20,000 RF for each of these controllers, but that's fine. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this worked out. It's working absolutely perfectly. So the next thing that we want to do, guys, moving on with our progression here, is we want to create some mana. And this is like the power source for most of the stuff that you do within Botania, from what I've researched. So the mana pool is the storage for the mana itself, and you make this with the living rock by the looks of it. And you can also chuck stuff into the mana pools when you get some mana to craft special Botania crafting items and ingots and stuff like that, apparently, which is pretty cool. There's some stuff here to manipulate and transport the mana as well, like these mana spreaders here. What else have we got in here? Let's have a look. There's some pretty cool items as well, like this open crate, which basically drops items out of it, which could be good for certain applications. What else have we got here under miscellaneous? We've got decorative blocks. Let's have a look at that. So you can make some fancy looking Livingrock there and stuff like that. Generating flora. Okay. So we've got the mystical flowers we already learned about, but the generating flora is basically the flora that generates the mana. And there's 2 of these that we've unlocked at the moment, and it looks like there's a bunch more as well later on that are probably more advanced. So there's hydrangeas, hydrangeas, and apparently these generate mana from water, which is pretty cool. But the flowers themselves will decay after a while. Then we've got the Endoflame. And these will absorb any combustible items or blocks dropped in the vicinity one at a time and burn through them to generate mana. The Endoflame will not burn anything that leaves byproducts in furnaces like lava buckets. Okay. Interesting. So, yeah, this is basically just 2 brown petals, a red and a light grey to get an Endoflame. So I think this is going to be the way to go for us here initially to get started with generating mana, is one of these Endoflame things. The hydrangeas could be worth doing as well, but sometimes it gets messy working with the water, and they wear out after a while anyway, apparently, so I don't think we'll worry about those. There might be some other stuff too. I was looking in here, and there's a Wand of the Forest that we can craft just with the living wood, I think. Let's have a look here. So it says, a botanist's most important tool for manipulating flowers is the Wand of the Forest. This wand, crafted from a pair of mystical petals strapped to a few living wood twigs, is a must-have for a huge number of botanical tasks. The wand has 2 modes, bind mode and function mode. In bind mode, sneak right-click it on a compatible block to select it, then sneak right-click elsewhere to bind the 2 blocks. Pretty basic. In function mode, it simply doesn't perform this function, freeing the sneak right-click action up for other tasks. Okay. The 2 modes can be switched between by sneak right-clicking the wand in the air. Sneak right-clicking a block in function mode rotates the block around the axis of the side it was clicked on. So pretty much like a wrench by the sounds of it. All right. The petals used determine the colors of the wand. That's pretty cool. All right, so I guess we'll make one of these up. Sounds like we might need that down the track. And then we're going to look at setting up in an area that I've designated over here some sort of mana production. So let's get that happening. And actually, I know you guys have been on my case a little while now to get elevators going, and we might as well. You know what? I think we can do that, right? Because going up and down between the Botania area and our regular storage area is a little bit annoying. I got to admit. So let's get ourselves a knowledge star. I think I only need 1 of these. It's actually ridiculously cheap. So we'll grab that out of there. And, well, since we're unlocking a bunch of mods today, we might as well, right? So let's take out elevators, and that is going to be all of our quality of life items unlocked. Pretty cool. And I think these are relatively cheap as well. So let's have a look here. Elevators. Where will I put it though? Let's have a look. think we're over here somewhere, right? Maybe there? Have we got a cyan color? Let's have a look. Pink, purple, magenta, cyan. All right. We got it. We got to get the cyan. Cyan elevator completed, and then we'll get the red one as well. So yeah, I've used mods almost exactly like this before, but not this exact mod. We'll stick this one here, and it's not quite the right color, but never mind. So let's see. Got to line them up here. This one here. Cool. At least I can see where they are, right? Because they're a slightly different color. So we should be able to do this to come back up here. And this to come down. Very, very nice. Quality of life. Nice. All right, there you go, guys. I finally got elevators at level 91. You proud of me? All right, I finally caved. Okay, anyway, what do we need? We need the Wand of the Forest. So let's grab one of these. Wand of the Forest. Now, what color do we want to make this? It said it depends on the petals you use. Petal block. What would be a good color? I don't know. There's too many choices. What about purple? It's kind of a... Purple's kind of a like magical looking color, right? How does one get a block of petals? There we go. Hopefully that's all we need. And we need living wood twigs. 3 of those. Oh, does it have to be pink? Did I just make a block of petals for no reason? Can we do this? Where was it? I got the impression you could use whatever color you wanted, but maybe not. So we need a pink petal block. Hang on, it's still not working. Magenta. Wow, that wasn't pink, that's why. So specific. We should be good now. Okay, let's craft ourselves the Wand of the Forest. Bam. Very cool. Oh yeah, we're getting all Harry Potter up in here. So there's that mode and then there's that mode, right? Yeah. Okay, bind mode, function mode. Cool. We can I don't think this thing has durability. I think it's pretty much last forever. Cool. So what we're going to want next is probably some mana pools, right? So let's make the those up. So you can make the diluted one. Apparently this holds a lot less. Fabulous. I don't know what that is. I think there's a creative one here as well. And then we've got just the regular mana pool. Okay, so we need Livingrock bricks. Let's get a few of these going. And we'll make 4 of these. Cool, we just unlocked some new chapters. So yeah, we're going to have these set up in the center here. Like so. Very cool. Let's see what the new chapters are. Wow, we got a lot of new stuff in here. Functional flora. Okay, we got functional flora. So we had generating flora, which generates the mana, and now we've got the functional flora. And these, I think these are like, these are the flowers that actually do specific stuff for you. So we've got the shrinking flower. Cool. We got the Bellathorn. We got the Bergamute. Oh, this one would be really, really handy for my flower farm, the mob farms, all those super noisy things. What this does, it absorbs sound energy emitted in a close radius around itself, converting it into trace amounts of mana and dispersing it harmlessly. Additionally, horns or drums will not break blocks within its range. I don't know what that means, but okay. So I wonder if these could be used also to generate mana. Although this is a functional flower, so probably not. Converting it, dispersing it. But I wonder how expensive those are to make. Because I do definitely want to get some of those Bergamute. So, okay, this is just... Wait, what's this? Redstone root. Redstone and grass. Tall grass. No, any grass? We can definitely do that. We can definitely do that. Let's get that one done. From the research that I've done, the more of these you have, the less sound stuff makes. But let's I don't know why I came all the way up here. I could have done it from downstairs, but we want to make the redstone root. Let's get I don't know how many of these. We'll make 6 of them, I think. Yeah. Redstone root, cool. And have I got any of the floaties? Let's grab one of these. We can't actually make these floating flowers until we get mana production happening due to one of the components requiring mana, but that's okay. So, yeah, let's take a look here at this thing again. The burger. moot. Orange, green, orange, 2 green, and a redstone root. Okay. So we're going to make 6 of these. Let's just chuck this in here. Put the seeds in first. And what did we say? Orange, 2 greens. Get 6 of those. And 12 greens. I think it was just normal green. Oh, we have to do these one at a time though, don't we? Green. Two greens, okay. One of those. One of those. Another one of those. And then right click with an empty hand. So that automatically puts the stuff in if you've got it in your inventory. We got some Bergamutes, guys. Nice one. So I think we've got one floating flower here that we can make a floating bergamot with. Let's go up here. So this is always super noisy over here, depending on exactly what I am farming. And it goes without saying that the wither farm over here is also extremely loud. We got the creepers in there at the moment, but this thing, when it's got withers in it, is extremely loud. This is loud, obviously, with the TNT. Basically everything on this floor is extremely loud, but I guess the main thing that I use the most frequently is this mob farm over here, and I can hear this directly below when I'm particularly where my living quarters are. So for that reason, I think we can give these cows a rest. Actually, I'm going to put some more gold production on. Zombified piglins. So let's take note of how noisy this is right here, right? It's pretty noisy. It's pretty noisy. Now where should I place these things? Probably on the sides, I reckon. So for now, I'll just put this here to test it out. Still seems pretty loud to me. I can see the little particle effects going on. It almost makes no difference to me. I probably need a bunch of these for them to be effective. But anyway, we'll leave that one there. It's cool how they act as lights as well. But unless I put down dirt everywhere, I'm not going to really be able to plant these ones straight away. What we might do is put them up here. We'll come back to that once I get some more of the materials I need to make the floating flowers. And then we can just spam them everywhere and hopefully it makes a difference. But I think it's based on the number of those that you have. Lowers the volume. It doesn't like completely mute everything, but it lowers the volume the more of those bergamutes you have. That's according to my research. All right. Well, that's our second flower. That's pretty cool. We got 2 flowers happening now. In fact, let's grab one of those. We'll put it in our flower collection, crafted flower collection. Supposed to be using my elevators, right? Okay. Yeah, we'll stick these over here. Bam. Nice. All right, so let's get back to our mana production setup over here. So what we are going to need is basically some mana spreaders. So what mana spreaders are going to do for us is they are going to transport the mana that gets produced from the flowers that we place down and direct it into these pools over here. So I believe we can craft those using Livingrock and living wood, but we're going to need, let's say 8 of these things. Mana spreader. So I think this, I'm not quite sure what the pulse one does, but yeah, I think we'll just go with the regular one here. And it looks like we need any kind of petal and perfect Larimar and some living wood. So actually it seems pretty cheap to me. We haven't had much of a use for Larimar lately. So which petals have I got the most of? Let's have a look here. I know I'm going to need the browns, the light greys, and the reds. So we might just grab these ones here, I guess. Grab these ones. And we'll craft up 8 of these. 1. Let's put the petals in the system to make it a bit quicker. 6, 7, 8. Grab them back out. Why have I got so many of these green petal blocks? I must have picked those up somewhere. We can convert those back into petals as well, which is pretty cool. Okay, mana spreaders. Now, I was thinking of, let's see, maybe grabbing some pedestals to put these on. Pedestals? I saw these in a build on YouTube and they looked pretty cool. So we're going to try something similar here. Usually when I put things on top of these pedestals, like the angel blocks down there, they go into the pedestal rather than sitting on top of it. So what I'm going to do here is place a block first, like that. So I'm just going to put these all the way around, basically. Put these underneath. Okay, so that's our mana spreaders set up. Now, I've tried to get them as close as practical to the mana pools because apparently the mana is transmitted through the air and it has a travel time. So the closer they are to the mana pool, the quicker they're going to transfer the mana. By the way, I will say I do know that it's supposed to be pronounced mana, but I just pronounce it mana, okay? It sounds weird pronouncing it any other way. And I know a lot of people also mispronounce it the same way I do. So we have our mana spreaders set up here. Now, the next thing that we're going to want is I'm going to set up some modular routers here to supply the fuel for our flowers that we're going to be using. So we should have some here. I tell you what, I never actually used modular routers before I did this mod pack, and they are just so good for so much stuff. We'll face directions. That's north, right? We'll face them all north, just so I know which direction they're facing. I think they're facing north. Yep. We can obviously camouflage these as well. Sweet. So what these are going to be doing is these are going to be providing the fuel for our flowers that we're going to be using. I think I mentioned that already, but anyway. So yeah, let's get these up and running. So what we're going to need for these is we're going to need a dropper module, which I haven't used before, but I've crafted these up. They're pretty cheap to craft, like most of the modules for modular routers. So I've got one for each of our modular routers, and we're also going to need a pressure plate. So we'll use these blossom ones. They probably look as close as possible to the living wood, maybe not as dark, but anyway. And we might even make some camouflage upgrades as well. Let's see. One. And actually we're going to need some stack upgrades. Let's get... We got 2 already, but we'll make 2 more. I think 1 stack upgrade should be enough. I'm not exactly sure, how the consumption is going to work with these things, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's kind of a learning experience. Okay, so first of all, we will camouflage these as grass. Sometimes these camouflage modules bug out, so I'm really hoping they don't this time. They usually don't, but I have had them bug out before and just go completely transparent, which pretty much breaks the game. So fortunately, these ones have not. I just have to remember where they are. Maybe I should have made them rooted dirt instead. It's all good though. Okay, so this is where I put the dropper modules in. Now, let's see. So we need them to be dropping the item up. And we want them to drop them up. I think we need a redstone augment as well. Yeah. We want a whitelist charcoal. And let's get a redstone augment. This just makes it so the modular router is controllable via redstone. No, we don't want that in there. Okay. So, let's put the first one in. And we'll put this in as well. Actually, I don't think we need this, do we? Because the modular router already has redstone control. What was I thinking of? Making this redstone controlled. I don't think it's necessary though, right? Because I can just do the whole modular router. I'm getting a bit confused here. But yeah. So we have our modular router. We'll put in our dropper module here. Now this dropper module is set to place charcoal directly up. And that's pretty much all we need to do with that. And then we're going to set this to low mode. So that will basically make it so that when there's no redstone signal, it will drop charcoal up top. So let's grab some charcoal just to test this out. Charcoal. I've been crafting a bunch of this, so we should have plenty of it. If we put that in there, turn off the magnet, you can see it's continuously dropping it up there, which is what we expected to happen. So let's put a pressure plate on this, and what should happen is, because charcoal obviously has a weight, it should now, when we put charcoal in the buffer, it should drop charcoal on there. Let's just turn off the magnet. We'll stand back a little bit there. But yeah, as you can see, it's basically dropping the one piece of charcoal on top of the pressure plate, and it's just going to sit there because the charcoal is applying a redstone signal via the pressure plate, which is turning off the modular router. So if we scoop up that, it will place another one, and so on and so forth. So yeah, we probably want to make this drop 2 at a time. So for that reason, we're going to be putting a single stack upgrade in each of these. And we'll just take the rest of the charcoal out of there. And we're just going to rinse and repeat this with the other 3 corners around here. Okay, so they're all set up. Now, what we want to do next is basically the only thing we have left to set up is, well, 2 things really. We need to set up the flowers that are going to be actually producing the mana to start with. But we also want to set up some sort of system that is going to automatically supply charcoal to these modular routers from the main ME system. So it should be pretty straightforward. I wonder if I've got, let's have a look here. I think I've got a spare drawer that we can use in the system. This one here. We'll only need one of these because it's only going to have one single item, which is the charcoal. So we should have enough channels on this, hopefully. I think we do. Place that there. And we're also going to need another export bus, which I think I have in the system already. Exactly one. Beautiful. Connect that. And we're going to put charcoal in there. Now we might need a speed upgrade on this. So let's grab an acceleration card. We'll need to craft these. We'll get a few of these going, why not? 5, let's get 10 of these. All right. So, have I got my, let's just go grab my keys for the drawers. We'll actually face this the other way because then it's going to be consistent with the other drawers that I've got set up here. And we'll lock and quantify that. You can see it's starting to fill up with charcoal from the main system, which is perfect. It should hold about 500. I think 512 is the max. Something, or it might be more than that. 2,000. But I can autocraft charcoal as well. I've got quite a lot of wood for that. So we can make another couple of thousand there. Super easy. I don't want to go too crazy though, because we will need to save the oak for this setup over here. Cool. So that will slowly fill up. We might as well chuck in a couple of speed upgrades that we just crafted. Let's grab these out of here. So we'll put 2 of these in here. And that should fill up a lot faster now, as you can see. It doesn't need to be ridiculously fast though. And actually these don't work in the modular routers. We need the other ones. Have I got speed upgrades? Let's just put these extra ones here, I guess. It's the export bus. We don't need them on the storage. Okay. So, yeah, what did we need? We needed speed. We don't really need these, to be honest, but we will get a few of them going anyway, because they are pretty cheap. So that's 6, 9, 12, 3 each will be fine. I don't think we actually need any, to be honest, in these, but we might as well chuck him in. If we're going to do something, we might as well do it fast. Cool. So these should now be... oh yeah, we haven't set it up. So there's one other thing that we're going to need to get these filling automatically. We're going to need a puller and a... is it called the distributor? But we definitely need a puller. I've already got one of these. And yeah, this thing here, the distributor module. Let's get this happening. Now these will definitely need speed upgrades. We'll need a few upgrades on these. I'm just going to craft them up now. So we'll just get some of these blank upgrades happening. And we'll get, let's go with, 2 of those. We'll also get, let's see. We'll also get a muffler. 2 of those. What else? I think that's probably all we need. We'll use a dedicated modular router for this as well. I was considering just slotting it into one of the ones we've already got placed, but although we could put it in this one over here, right? Because this is always on. Yeah, we should be able to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the puller module pulling from this inventory. Now, will it reach over here though? It will, okay. So it's going to pull, oh, it's already got something in its buffer though. That's the problem, okay? Forget about that. I don't know why I'm trying to save on this, but we'll make ourselves another modular router. And we'll also get camouflage. We got the speed upgrades. So yeah, I think we're probably good to go with this. All right, so with this one, we can just put it here, I guess. And we'll have it always on. Put the speed upgrades in there. We'll put the camouflage on it. And put the muffler on it so we don't see stuff flying around everywhere. Okay, so we're going to be pulling from this inventory. That's step 1. And we might as well whitelist charcoal. We don't really need to because it's the only thing in there, but whatever. Okay, so the buffer should fill up there. Maybe a stack upgrade would be a good idea. Stack. Although we don't really need it for this. We'll make one stack upgrade. And some extra speed upgrades. Okay, tell you what, it's handy having this wireless crafting terminal. All right, so this is now pulling the charcoal from our storage and placing it into its buffer. Now what we need to do is distribute it using this one to these. I usually just leave it on round robin. And we'll also whitelist charcoal. Distributor. I might actually, let's have a look, where is it, this thing here? So it's already got all the speed upgrades on it. I think that's pretty much all we need to do there. Just leave everything else as it is. Slap this in there. And then, as you can see, it is sending the charcoal out. Now, just for the time being, we're going to turn this off. Well, so far so good with our mana farm, guys. We have our fuel source here, which is the charcoal dispensers. We have the mana spreaders to transport the mana that we produce. And we have the mana pools to store the mana that we produce. But there's one missing ingredient to this mana farm, which is the most important. And that is, of course, the flowers that we need. So if we take a look at our generating flora, so the generating flora being the flora that generates the mana, the Endoflame is the flower that we want for our mana farm today. So basically this is a flower that will use any combustible item as a fuel to generate mana, and it doesn't wear out like the hydrangeas do after a period of time. They pretty much just keep on going forever, which is great. And this is how you craft them. So you need 2 brown petals, you need 1 red petal, and you need 1 light grey petal. In the Petal Apothecary, of course, with a seed as the catalyst, and that will produce an Endoflame. So let's get a few of these happening. I've already got the ingredients that I need in my inventory here. So I think we should be able to dump in the seeds here. We'll probably make about 50 of these. Hopefully my magnet is turned off. Chuck in the seeds. Oops, accidentally picked them up again. Let's just stand back a little bit here. Chuck those in there. And I picked them up again, didn't I? God damn it. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Let's just stand back. There we go. Hopefully I'm far enough away this time. Chuck in our 2 browns, our 1 light grey, and our red. And now we can just right click. And it should craft them all up for us. So we got an advancement. Electric magic. Interesting. It is a little bit slow to refill that water using the modular router. Maybe I need to put more speed upgrades in that thing. But I don't know if it would make much difference, because you're basically relying on the vanilla infinite water mechanic. Anyway, we'll get there. We're not in a hurry. We got all day. Okay, have we run out? That must be it. Okay, let's grab those back out of there. So we should have 50 of these. And I made a few extras, which we will put into our storage drawer over here. So these are the 3 flowers we made today: the pure daisy, the bergamute, and the endoflame. Pretty cool. So what we're going to do with these now, eventually, where did they go? Did I put them all in there? I just want to put these 2 in there. There we go. Alrighty, now eventually I want to make these into the floating variants of Endoflames, but for that we're going to need some stuff that we need mana for. So to generate mana, we're going to just have to plonk them in the ground like a barbarian, but that's cool. They'll still do the same job. They just won't look quite as cool and magical. Let's get these going. So I'm going to put down 12 of these for each of the charcoal dispensers. I think that should be pretty good mana generation for us there. Oops. Now, apparently these have a 3-block range from the research that I was doing. So I'm hoping I've spaced them out enough so that they don't like bogart the charcoal from their neighbors. Not that that would matter a great deal, but best to keep things controlled and like, you know, even. Put these down here. Get those out of there. Now you may have noticed that I moved the mana spreaders back a block rather than being super close to the mana pools. And the reason for that is if we bind these, how do we do this? Like this. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. If we bind these to a mana pool and they're like up close like they were before, the angle that this is shooting actually impacts the corner of the pedestal, and they don't go through blocks apparently. So they need line of sight. So I had to move them back 1 block so that they would actually be able to transmit mana into the pool correctly, if that makes sense. So there's going to be a little bit more of a delay in transporting the mana, but it is what it is. There we go. Hopefully they're all shooting their way into a mana pool. So at the moment they're not actually putting anything in there because we're not producing any mana at the moment. We have to provide these guys with their fuel, which is going to be extremely easy because we've already set it up basically. So I've got a lever here, and I think our modular router is here with our charcoal dispenser set up. So I believe all of these should be automatically connected to the closest mana spreader. So these should all be linked to the mana spreaders. Let's turn on the charcoal. Bam. And we'll go around and observe, see, make sure it's operating properly. It looks like it is. So you can see the Endoflames are all lit up, which means they're doing their thing. They're getting the charcoal. Then they're sending the charcoal through. No, they're not. What am I saying? They're burning the charcoal and they're producing mana. The mana is being sent to the mana spreaders, and then the mana spreaders are sending the mana into the mana pools. I don't think there's a tank or anything like that you can store the mana in. I think the only way you can store it, at least to the best of my knowledge, is in the mana pools themselves. But yeah, I don't know how much we're going to need, to be honest, but we'll need a little bit initially to get a few things crafted up and stuff like that. So yeah, we have our mana production happening there in the background, which is pretty awesome. I don't know how much is in here. Okay, there's a little bit in there. It's going to take a long time to fill these things up, I think. I don't know if there's a way to tell exactly how much is in there, like quantity wise, but and I think you can carry it around. Actually, there is an item I know of that you can craft that allows you to carry mana, a small amount of mana, and I think that's called the mana tablet. So how do we make this? We need a mana pearl or a mana diamond. And I think these are just literally either an ender pearl or a diamond thrown into a mana pool. So I don't know how much we've got at the moment, but we might even be able to make one of these. Let's grab a diamond. I think it's just the normal diamond. Let's have a look here. Tablet. Yeah, it's just one of these and some Livingrocks. So let's see if we've got enough. I thought it would show the stuff in there, but maybe there's not enough in there at the moment. Okay, we probably haven't got enough in there at the moment. Let's have a look. Does this thing tell us about the challenges? And a tablet. Oh, we need this much. That's quite a lot, right? So, yeah, we're going to have to wait quite a bit longer here, guys. So what we might do is gear up, and I'm going to head into a vault. We're going to run a vault, probably an Ascension Vault, I think would be fun to run today. Hopefully we can continue the Ascension run that we're on at the moment, which is 11 stacks. So I'm going to get all my vault gear ready to go, guys, and then we're going to head into the vault. So I'll see you guys when we're ready to go. All right, enough of this crafting and building stuff. Let's run a vault, guys. It is an Ascension Vault, so hopefully we can complete the objective in this one. Okay, we got a scav. All right. 5 cracked scripts from coins. We got to get 9 empty jars. 22 rep pages. That's quite a lot, even though they are a common item. And 9 purple mob essence from the Vault Dwellers. All right. Well, we got to keep our eye out for the coins and the ornates, I guess. Those are going to be the most difficult. Where's my sword? Let's get that going. Okay. I think we're good. We're good to go. All right. Let's just mark this in case we do have to come back through here. But we are going to need to hit quite a lot of wooden chests to be able to get those rib pages. That's quite a lot of rib pages. Obviously wooden chests are everywhere, but oh, we got a Tenos here. Okay. Let's just take care of business with these guys. By the way, while I was doing my last grind session, I was trying out the fireball, and it's actually really, really good. So I think it's a keeper. Instead of using the javelin, I think it's going to be much better for us with our current build. So yeah. Oh, we got coins over here as well. Perfect. As you can see, it basically insta-kills almost everything except for some champions and some of the harder dungeon mobs. But yeah, it's pretty good. Let's just get these. Very good. So hopefully we got some cracked scripts there. I wasn't really paying attention, but let's keep going. It's still early days. We got 27, nearly 28 minutes left in the vault. So crazy having all the relics completed. Grab those. So we do need to make sure we stop to take care of any vault dwellers that we get as well. We don't really need those gildeds. What do we got over here? Let's just zap these guys. I don't like to fool around too much with those piglins. They are annoying as hell. There we go. Okay, what do we got over here? Did I see this before? Grab these. Just ignore this guy. He's not doing... He's doing a bit of damage, if I'm honest, but he should be able to survive. Let's get out of here. So that's our first room. So we'll just keep heading north. How did we go with cracked scripts? Did we get any? No, we didn't. What about the empty jars? Probably. Oh, we got one empty jar. But we have to find a lot more coins. Coins can sometimes be quite rare. Livings, we don't really need... Oh, let's take care of these vault dwellers though. A lot of high tier mobs that we're getting now. Level 91, as you would probably expect. More livings there. What else we got over here? Wooden. Okay, we might as well spawn stuff in, I guess. Spawn these guys in. Get the double spawn thing going. What we got back here? Gildeds, don't care. Just so good. So good. Yeah, I'm really glad I tried out that fireball thing. It does actually do damage to yourself if you get hit by the blast. It does like 4 hearts of damage, so you have to be a little bit careful of it. Those guys are stuck in there. What do we got left? Might as well get this. Have I got a charm on? I didn't bring a charm with me. Not the smartest. We could find an Idona challenge. Is there any coins there? Oh, there's a few coins there. Let's kill this guy. So there's a little bit of overkill there, but never mind. Plenty more mana where that came from. Okay, I think I got those coins right. I didn't even equip any trinkets. Not exactly the best prepared person in the world for this vault. Never mind. There's a couple more empty jars. We've actually got 3 empty jars so far. Not bad, not bad. Did I go upstairs yet? I think I did, right? Let's keep heading north. Wouldn't mind finding a few good X marks rooms or something like that. Bun fungus. There's an Idona there. We won't hit it up though. It's too early for that, and we don't have our trinket anyway. So, you know, we've got a low percentage. I think it's 25% or something to just get a favor from that. I'll just do a big grind session for Idona some point in the near future, maybe next episode. Do that. Okay, can you please stop? Of course they're not going to stop. Impossible. Okay, that's gilded, so we don't care about that too much. If it had been coins, it would have been awesome. Okay, this is a pretty good little... Yeah, let's just kill these guys if we can. I guess these guys are a little bit too tanky for the fireball. Did massive damage to them though, which is good. I think Bun Fungus is still hanging around over there. Bun Fungus. There we go. We dealt with Bun Fungus. Alright, let's keep going. I don't want to risk getting a really nasty curse. They could potentially cause us to not be able to complete the objective, so I'm not going to take the Idona. If we see an Idona, like with 10 minutes to go, we'll take it for sure, but it's way too early at the moment. Well, that was a good little chunk of wooden chest right there. How do we get up top here? Don't you knock me off. Die. Hey. Goddamn snapping turtles, man. They are not the greatest. Man, look at the wooden chest over here. So we needed 22. Can I get that? Please. Just that one chest. That's all I'm asking. Some of these POIs look like they got loads of chests, and they actually don't really have that many chests. These guys are having a hard time with their tall hats or whatever they're doing with their heads. They're having a hard time getting out of their POI. Almost feel sorry for them. This spawner's still not finished. Did I not loot this POI yet? Oh, okay. I don't think there's any coins down here. I'm not really concerned about... Oh my god, what is poisoning me? Let me out of here. There's one of those stupid swampy guys in there. I see a lot of health bars. We already looted this. Alright, I don't know where that swampy guy is, but let's try and get out of here. Didn't quite get enough height. Well, let's go. Let's go north. So we'll do a quick scab check. We have 3 jars. We have 0 cracked scripts. We have 24 pages. Oh my god, that's crazy. and 7 mob essence. So apparently quantity is really great for scavs, at least for the least valuable items. We don't actually need to hit any more wooden chests at all. So we just need to focus on coins, ornates, and look out for the vault dwellers. Nice. I thought it was going to take a lot longer than that to get 22 rib pages. Of course, it might just be RNG for this particular vault. What do we got down here? Have you got coins for me? What is that? Ore. Okay. Don't actually need ore, but let's just get what we can and move on. Oh, dang it. One of the drawbacks of having a massive hammer like I've got is you make massive holes all over the place and then it gets harder to navigate. It's one of the drawbacks. Let's have a look up top. Oh no, this is all ores. So yeah, we don't want this room. So we'll keep going. We'll turn in those pages when we find a turn in thingy. Here we go. This is ores as well. Okay. 2 ore rooms in a row. We'll keep going. Let's have a look up top. So we got woodens. Where are you hiding the good chests? These are all wooden. I'm not even going to bother going downstairs because I do not like that room's layout. We'll just keep going. Okay, we got some ornates and a vault dweller. Nice. Only one? Where are your friends? Did they fall? There's another jar. Perfect. Coins. Very good. I should have waited till the second spawn. Oh, we just got a cracked script, I think. 2 cracked scripts. Beautiful. That's pretty huge, actually. I mean, if we can find a good dungeon with coins, we'll be pretty much sorted. Oh, here's the other vault dwellers. What's with all the bun funguses today? They're everywhere. There's another jar. Let's just use our lightning here. These giant slimes are so annoying to kill, all their little spawn. Or we could just leave them, actually. I accidentally blew all my mana. How many we got? We got 6 jars. Please die. Thank you. There's another jar. Okay, we'll move on. I don't think we got 9. We got 7 to start. And we actually have the purple, all the purple mob essence we need. We'll chuck that in there. So I've only got 2 sets of items left, which is pretty awesome, actually. Oops. I hate it when that happens. You go up and over. Up and over. Let's go through here. What do we got? Woodens. Another Idona. That's crazy. We've only got 12 minutes left, but I do... Oh, here's some coins, though. Come on, give me a crack script. Not very many coins. We got to focus. I will mark this room, though, because we can come back and pick up that Idona challenge later if we have time. I think the jars are going to be okay, but coin-wise, it's all down to RNG, really. Maybe we'll be able to find a dungeon or something with coins in it. Get over here. There's another jar. It's 8 jars. We already got all of our purple mob essence, so we don't have to worry too much more about the vault dwellers. Let's just move on. I don't think there's anything left for us here that's going to be worthwhile. Did I go upstairs yet in this room? Don't think I did. But we'll push on. I think this is the edge of the vault, is it? No? No, not quite. Or I think this is an ore room. 11 minutes left. I think we should get this one pretty comfortably, though. I've got a feeling we'll be okay. Oh, this is a good coin. POI right here. Let's grab that quantity. There's a dungeon over here as well, which is coins. Beautiful zombie coins. Hell yeah. Alright, we should have the coins pretty much sorted after this. Let's just kill all these dudes. We'll take them downstairs. Keep coming. Spawn those guys. This is a risky strategy in some dungeons, but we should be okay. Skeletons aren't actually that dangerous on normal difficulty. Zap them all. Alright, let's get the coins while we've still got that quantity happening. There's another cracked script. We should have these cracked scripts in the bag, even without that other POI that we saw. I think we'll be extremely comfortable for cracked scripts. Nothing in this area. It's kind of weird. I think that's like the rope that leads back up to the top area near the entrance. Okay, let's do a quick check here. We got 9 cracked scripts, so we're good for cracked scripts. And we only need 1 empty jar from ornates, and then we're good. So, god damn it. God, there was one of those swampy dudes waiting for me. Damn it. Alright. We just need to find some ornates now. Oh, what the? I can't see where I'm going. There's too many of these idiots with the tall hats. All right, let's have a look up top. just maybe take a swig of this. Where are your ornates? Nowhere. Alright. So this is the edge of the vault. We might actually go, but this is a little bit risky, but we might go back and pick up that Idona challenge. And then we'll take a side corridor and see if we can't find ourselves some ornates at the same time. Multitasking. That's how we do things. This was it here. That looks like the that is the pirate outfit. He's got the pirate thing going. Okay, Idona was here somewhere. Oh, what is that? I'm getting distracted though. Oh, which keys have I even got at the moment? So this is pizza night. We've got Scalium. We do have pizza night. Okay. I don't know where the altar is, but let's open this up. Oh, we got an artifact fragment. Very good. Very cool. Got all that stuff out of there. I still haven't found the scroll for the treasure chest. I'd like to get hold of one of these days, but they are extremely rare. I don't think they're as rare as the Enigma. Oh, here it is. Enigma chest. Kill tank mobs, okay. There's a tank mob. Bam. Die. Both of you. Alrighty. So yeah, let's get out of here. We still got to find that last jar. It would be crazy if we lost this Ascension run because of one freaking jar. So we definitely want to find that, even if I fail the Idona, which I don't think I will because 9 tank mobs is not that hard. Usually. Unless you get really, really ridiculously unlucky. So you can see here, like, none of these are tanks, unfortunately. And there's no ornate chest either, unless I'm blind. There might be some up top, I guess. I really hate this room. It sucks. Let's keep going. We got 5 minutes left, guys. We do have fruit up our sleeves if we need to use them. Come on, give me some tanks at least. We're getting a little bit unlucky here. An Ascium door. I'll have a look up top as well. I feel like you get some of the fancier chests up top quite frequently. I forgot to check if there was any tanks up there. I need to add these motes to my pick up whitelist thingy. Let's have a look down here. No tanks. Nothing, man. We're having no luck. Oh, there we go. Okay, I take it back. Oh, you're not a tank. What are you doing there? Oh my god, the damage he was doing was pretty crazy. Oh, he counted as a tank. Probably because he spawned at the same thing as the tank. It's kind of interesting how that works. Oh, here we go. There, we got the empty jar. Thank God. Thank God for that. It's the main thing. It's the main thing we needed. So, yeah, we can turn those in to complete the vault whenever we want. Now we got 3 minutes to find the last 3 tank mobs. So things are starting to shape up for a successful run today. Let's go through to the next room here. Okay, you're not a tank. Coins. Not a tank. Tanks, beautiful. This is what we want. Okay, we only need one more. One more tank. There he is. Look at that. Oh, we got it. Oh, we didn't get the rep point though. Oh well, let's just clear this dungeon. It's a normal difficulty. We'll see if there's an archive. Skillies. Ooh. Go downstairs. Oh, they can fit through there. Okay. Where's the boss room? Is this it? Uh-oh. Ah! Oh, here we go. Block the rest of those. Just make it a bit of an easier fight for me. Oh, there is an archive. It's inside a cage. I've never seen that before. That's so weird. Everything's getting hissy. There we go. Nice. Alright, we still have to find the turn-in thing, so... What do we got here? We got Vault Boots, Vault Axe, Wand, Soul Chance. Wow, these are really bad. All of these are really bad. Oh, whatever. I don't think we've got time to get the coins here. Let's just get out of here. I'm not really worried too much about the coins, because we got a lot of options as far as getting coins goes. I'll grab these ones though. Why not? Why the hell not, right? These guys haven't even spawned in. Bit late to the party, fellas. Let's get out of here. We got to find ourselves a doodad, as they're known. Hopefully they're not going to be too hard to locate. There's one up there, I think. Unless it's not. Yeah, it is. We got to turn in thing up there. Chuck that in there. There it is. Didn't really need that last kiwi, but whatever. Man, there's coins everywhere now. Get this last little bit of knowledge assets. Nice one, guys. There we go. We can continue our Ascension run. We got 12 stacks on this baby now. Let's claim that. We get a little bit of XP. You need a lot of XP there in the final few levels, by the looks of it, to get to the next level. We'll chuck that down over there. I don't think we got any bounties done, but we will de-loot, guys, and then we'll come back and check out the loot shortly. I'll see you guys then. Alright, welcome back, guys, and we're going to check out the loot in a second from that Ascension Vault that we did. But one thing I should mention is our junk whitelist is almost completely full here. So we've got 1,021 of 1,026 slots filled with all this junk in here. I might actually remove charcoal from that. Yeah, we can still upgrade this to the final tier, which I think we might actually do, since we don't need the jewels at the moment for another prismatic tool. I think we can sacrifice those to make the next junk upgrade, which is tier 4. And for the tier 4 one, we need a tier 3 plus an Omega Pog. So, can we make tier 3? Let's have a look here. I think we have some of these already in the system. We've got tier 1s available. I guess that'll help a little bit, but we need a lot more of these. We need, let's work it out. We need a tier 3, which is 3 yellow, 3 tier 2s, right? Tier 2s are made up of 3 tier 1s, so we actually need 6 more of these. So let's get these going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that should give us, we also need a couple of these. All right, let's get those going so we can auto craft some of this stuff. Let's get one of those going. And we actually need 3 of these yellows as well, don't we? 3 of them. God damn it. So we need 2 more of those pogs. Let's get 2 more of them going. The echo pogs. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3. 1 more echo pog. Gives us our green. So green, tier 3 is the current level of Vault Junk upgrade we have at the moment. So the only other thing we need to make the tier 4 is an Omega Pog. So let's get that crafted up. And then we should be able to combine these to get our tier 4 upgrade, which we can just slap down over here. And that's going to give us pretty much double the number of slots that we had before, which is awesome because apparently there's a lot of random junk / decorative blocks and things like that to pick up in the vault. Crazy. All right, well, it's good to get that done. Anyway, let's get to our loot situation. So we have our scav crate here. Let's crack that open. See what we get. I don't see an artifact. Just looks like the regular sort of stuff that you get. So what have we got here? A bunch of jewels. We would have got some platinum. We got some vault gear. I think some of this went in here. Grab this back out. Platinum. Chuck that in there. Put this in there. Jewels. What do we got here? Anything good? That one's probably a keeper. And the rest can get junked. We'll identify the vault stuff as well. Okay. Interesting. Okay, nothing there really worth keeping, I don't think. Just scrap all of that stuff. And that leaves us with our backpack loot. So let's see what we got here. Man, we got a fair bit of bronze, actually. That's not bad. Bunch of inscription pieces. Let's take this stuff out of here. Some vault silver. Amplifying focus. Grab those focuses out. A couple of pogs. Cool. We need them now. We just used a bunch of them up. Grab these focuses out. Booster packs. Nothing super amazing. We did get that knowledge star. That's pretty nice to get. What else we got here? Some Vault gear. We got a Regal Charm. And our Artifact Fragment, of course. Okay. Let's grab these jewels out of here. And we'll put the Knowledge Star in here. Put the focuses away. Just put all this stuff where it goes. Try and keep things organized. All right, let's take a look at these jewels. We got any others in there? There's one there. That's about it, isn't it? All right. So we got a hammer size. It's way too big, though. I've got a lot of hammer sizes at the moment, though, so we're pretty good as far as that goes. That's a moat. Mining speed, we'll keep that one. It's a pretty good one. Rarity, durability. This is pretty good as well. All right, get rid of the rest of those. And put these in here. Okay, let's identify that charm. So we got a Valara, 26%. That's actually really decent. That in there. I really wish I'd remembered that charm today for Iduna, but anyway, that's the way it goes. And I think we had some Vault gear in here as well, didn't we? Alrighty, cool. I think we can flush the rest of that stuff through. Let's identify this. We got... nothing good there. Yeah, nothing really worth hanging on to there. Let's just... actually, we'll hang on to this. So we did get 4 mod boxes. Let's see what we get out of these. The usual garbage. I wish they had a bit more variety in these. They should have the chance to give you literally anything from within the mod, except the creative stuff. Oh, we got a couple of acceleration cards. I guess that's alright. Don't mind that. We'll use these for sure at some point. Just chuck them in here for now. And we'll put the rest of the thermal stuff in there. So that is pretty much our loot, guys. And we upgraded our junk controller. So yeah, we're getting a lot done today. Let's get back to our Botania stuff. I keep forgetting to use that elevator. All right, let's see how much we've got over here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like my texture pack is actually rendering the matter itself. How quickly are we going through charcoal? It's actually pretty efficient. Let's grab our wand out of here. But these are actually full. Wow, that's crazy. So, interesting. So that means we can actually craft up some of this stuff that requires mana now. We'll grab some diamonds. We'll make a couple of these. A couple of these. And I think we also need some of this. Let's chuck this stuff in. Okay, where did that go? I don't think that did anything. I'm not really sure what the process is here for these. Maybe it's just one at a time. See if that... I'm also not sure how long it takes. Oh, it's got that little tick thing. Maybe it's the vault diamonds you have to put in there. Let's try this anyway. Oh, that's pretty much instantaneous. Very cool. And then... Nice. With 2 of those. So you can do more than one at a time, I think. But it must be vault diamonds that we need to put in there, in this mod pack. So let's grab a couple of these. And we might grab a little bit more of this. Four of those. Very good. They can start filling up again. Cool. So we have mana diamond, mana steel, and mana pearls. And one of the things that I wanted to make is mana. This thing here, the mana seer monocle. And we need mana glass for this. Okay, so we need to put mana in there as well. Not mana. We need to put glass. Let's get a bit of this. Pick that up. All right. So now, let's chuck this in here. So that should give us our monocle. And this is one of the very few items you can put in your charm slot from Botania in this Vault Hunters 3 mod pack. And it basically gives us the range of the flowers that we're looking at. So in this case, you can see these ones over here. It just reaches the charcoal. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So this is gonna be definitely useful for seeing that sort of thing. Let's have a look here. Pixie dust. There's all of these runes and things like that. Oh yeah, that's right, the tablet. That's the other thing I wanted to make. At least one of those mana tablets. So we'll get that happening. And this, yeah, let's maybe get a couple of these going, because with these you can absorb mana and store it and basically carry it around, which seems pretty cool. How much have we got? This one's full. So I think we just chuck these in here like this and they eventually fill up. Pretty sure that's how they work. It might take a while though for them to fill up. I keep picking them up again. Just go in there, all right? I think this is how they work. This one's full as well. Oh, no. I don't think that fills them up, though. Tossing a tablet into a mana pool will allow for flow of mana between them. Sneak right clicking on the mana pool with a wand of the forest will change which way. Oh, okay. will change which way the mana will flow. Sneak right clicking or using a dispenser. So let's do that then. Oh, I see. That's what the arrow is all about. I get it now. How full is this one? These are filling up pretty quick now. Okay, it's going to take a while though, right? So chuck that one in there. And we'll chuck this one in there. The other ones must be full already, which is pretty awesome. Maybe I should make 4 of those, actually. Let's get some more vault diamonds. Ah! Terrible throw. There you go. There we go. Nice. Are they full already? We'll just leave them in there to be 100% sure. Hopefully they don't despawn on me. But we'll make a couple more of these tablet things. 1, 2. Nice. Beautiful. So I've spent a bit of time tinkering around here with this Botania stuff, guys, and as you can see, I've actually converted all of my Endoflames here into floating Endoflames just to see what they'd look like. Kind of cool. Hopefully these things don't cause too much lag. I don't know. Probably wasn't worth it, to be honest. I also put a few of these Bergamutes around here just to quieten down this this mana farm when it's running. It is a little bit loud. And I also chuck one over here as well, because why not? Just to make this a little bit quieter as well. These things have, I think it's a range of 4 blocks. It's a circular thing though. It's like a sphere, so kind of weird. But the research that I've done on these Bergamutes, they're supposed to reduce the sound by 85% or something in volume. So I spammed a ton of them around the mob farms on top as well to try and make those a bit quieter because they are quite noisy. But yeah, I've also got another little setup here as well that I'll explain in a second. And I've also worked out that there's a problem with my shader pack not rendering the Botania mana pools here. Like these look like they're empty, but they're actually like, most of these are pretty full. This one is completely full, for example. This one's completely full. So, yeah, that's an issue with Botania. Apparently, Botania uses like its own proprietary shaders or something for certain things within the mod, including the mana pools. And they don't play well with other shader packs, apparently. So there's some fixes online that I tried, such as going into the Botania configs and turning off the shaders, but they didn't seem to work. So it definitely works though if I go in and disable my shader pack. You can see straight away that we can actually see the levels of the mana in these pools. But all of the other textures are default. We might leave it that way for a little bit just so we can see what we're looking at here. But I'll definitely revert back to my regular shaders later on because they just make the lighting so much better. But yeah, I'll explain what I've done here, guys, and why I've done it as well. So one issue that I've got, like at the moment, this is not producing any mana because it's turned off. So there's no coal being supplied to fuel the Endoflames. And when these pools are full of mana, I basically want to be able to shut off the farm here, so it's not just chewing through charcoal all the time. Even though charcoal is relatively easy for me to produce, it still needs to be done to keep it going, right? So I want it to be as efficient as possible with using the charcoal. And the problem is with the lever setup that I had to turn off the modular router that was supplying the charcoal to these 4 modular routers on the corners so that it can fuel the Endoflames. When I flicked the lever, it did turn that modular router off, but the problem is that these other 4 modular routers, these still have a full buffer of charcoal in them, even if it gets turned off. And what happens is that will pop out onto the pressure plate, and then because these aren't burning it up, it's just going to despawn and basically waste a bit over 4 full stacks of charcoal every time I turn this thing off. So yeah, not the best. So there was a couple of things I did to fix that issue. I actually moved the modular router over here that is distributing the charcoal to the other 4 modular routers. So you can see these are highlighted green here in the corners. And one little modification I made to the way this distributor module works is I actually crafted and installed a regulator augment. So what this does is you can actually set a numerical value over here to whatever you want. So I've set it to 2. And what that does is when it's inserting the charcoal, it only inserts charcoal when the inventory has fewer than, in this case, 2 of the item charcoal inside their buffer. So that way, once this gets turned off, it's only going to result in about 2 charcoal wastage, or a little bit over that, for each of these modular routers. So that's way more efficient and less wasteful. But the other thing that I did is I've set up this little very simple sensor here. And what this does, this is a comparator. It's set to comparator mode with this lever here all the time. And it's basically detecting the level of mana in this specific mana pool here. And when this is full, it actually sends a redstone signal, and that will actually turn off the modular router because this is set to turn on when it's got no redstone signal. And so yeah, basically when this fills up, it turns off the charcoal distributor and that shuts down the farm basically. So that's how this works. Very, very easy, very, very simple. One little issue is that it only detects the level of this pool. So there is an item that we can craft that will help a little bit. It won't completely solve, that issue, but let's have a look here. It's this thing here, the mana splitter. So we can craft one of these now because I've been able to get a bunch of mana steel from chucking the chromatic iron into a mana pool. And then it's just Livingrock. So we'll craft that thing up. It kind of looks a little bit weird. I've also been crafting some of the other crafting items that we're going to be needing shortly. The mana diamonds, which is just vault diamonds thrown in mana. Mana pearls, which is the ender pearls thrown in mana. And mana powder, which is gunpowder thrown into mana. So if we plonk this mana splitter in the middle here, it's basically going to distribute the mana that's fed to it by the mana spreaders evenly into these 4 pools. So the only thing I have to do now is essentially bind these to the splitter instead of to the individual pools of mana. And then we will be good to go. So let's get that done. Hopefully those are all going into the splitter now. I think they are. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'll demonstrate how this works, guys. If I take an empty mana tablet, chuck it in this pool over here. Of course, I didn't throw it far enough. Hopefully my magnet's turned off. There we go. So that'll start draining the mana out of this, and you'll see that this is going to eventually, when when the level drops. I think I need to change this to that. Yeah. So straight away, as soon as the level drops from 100%, it deactivates the redstone, which actually turns on the modular router, and that starts delivering the charcoal to these other modular routers on the corners, which are then fueling the Endoflames. And yeah, basically this is going to fill up the mana pools and then shut it down once this mana pool here is full again, which is pretty awesome. Let's grab our full tablet out of there. Nice one. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Now, when it comes to what we're actually trying to accomplish with this whole kind of complicated setup, let's look at one of our two goals here, and it's basically to get the Clayconia. And this is going to be the way that we produce clay without having to go into a raw vault. So for a Clayconia, you'll notice that we use petals and stuff like that with the Petal Apothecary, which is fine, but we also need this thing, the Rune of Earth. So it comes down to how do we get these runes, right? So if we look at our Lexica Botania, I think it is going to explain this for us in the Runic Altar section here. So it says, runic creation is a complex topic, but an important one for the advancement of any botanist's career. However, this mode of crafting requires a firm grasp on the concepts of mana manipulation to use. Before proceeding further, a read through the important entries in that section of the Lexica Botania might prove helpful. Runes are vital components of complex magical devices or flora created on a runic altar. So we will need a runic altar. It says to use a runic altar, start by placing via either a right click or a simple toss the components of the rune you want to create upon the altar. Point a mana spreader with a supply of mana at the altar and let the mana flow. Your wand will show you the progress of the transfer. It should be apparent when the altar has received enough mana. When this happens, just drop or right click a piece of Livingrock upon the altar, then use the wand on it to collect your rune. Crafting the runic altar. Okay, crafting the runic altar. Doesn't actually have anything here, so I don't know what this is supposed to help me with there. A total of 16 runes exist. The most elementary runes are named after the 4 elements. The intermediate runes are named after the 4 seasons. And the most advanced runes are named after the 7 deadly sins. A separate rune of mana also exists outside this progression. Okay, that's pretty much the basics of what we need to know, I think. And then it's got some recipes here for the different runes, which are animated. So it looks like some of these need mana, and some of them don't. So as far as I can tell, it doesn't look like these ones need mana. We'll figure it out anyway. So the main thing that we need to start with here is going to be the actual runic altar itself. So let's get one of these happening. So for this we just need a mana diamond and a mana pool. Actually ridiculously cheap. We might get a few extra mana pools because we will need those. We will need these as well. So we'll get like 3 of these. While we're at it, we'll grab some mana spreaders because we'll need extras of those. Let's get 3 of these. I might need some petals actually. Let's have a look. Have I got any petals left in the system? We'll grab these out. I don't think it matters what color they are. Spreader. Mana spreader. 1, 2. I think that's all we'll need probably. See how we go with that. And then we should be able to make ourselves the runic altar. Bam. Very nice. And that unlocks new chapters as well for us. Cool. So we will need some Livingrock. Let's grab a little bit of this. And we might keep this over here. Why not? And this is a spot I've designated for the Runic Altar. Put that over there. Okay, so this is going to be where we keep our runes over here, and I've finally got around to putting draw controllers on these as well, just to make it a little bit easier for myself. So we will need to have a mana pool here. I'm going to put it there, and we'll also put a mana pool over here, just for convenience, so I don't have to go all the way over there when I want to, you know, create some mana diamonds or whatever. So to fill these up, we are going to need to direct some of this mana over to these, and let's see. There's a few ways we could do this. I wonder if I put this here. Oops. Okay. It's probably going to get blocked because these do need line of sight, but if I put that there and then bind that, is that working? Bind that with this. Is it? Is that working? I think this thing's in the way. Typical. Let's go. Let's move this. Okay. There we go. Look at that. As you can see, these pulses are very, very slow because of the distance, but we'll just have to live with that. Yeah, we'll just have to get by. Let's chuck these a block higher, I think, if we can. Just for the sake of consistency. Let's do this. They should still have the range they need. Got my magnet turned off so it doesn't suck up all the charcoal. Alrighty, cool. So this should eventually fill up with mana. And it looks like it's going to be very slow, but we could probably speed it up a bit. We'll chuck this in here. And we also want another one going from here. Oops. And we want this one to go over to this mana pool. So let's just bind this over here. And did I pick that up by accident? It's going to be super hard to get it back in there now. There we go. I think that's connected. And we'll grab another one as well, just to speed things up here. Tablet. Oh no, I put them over here, didn't I? Did I put them in here? No, this one here. Nice. Put that in there to fill that up a bit quicker. Alrighty, so basically it's transferring from that pool there into this one. This one's transferring into that one. Kind of like a daisy chain type effect. Whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Gets the job done. At least initially for us. Groovy. So, yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, this is our Runic Altar here, and let's see what kind of runes. I guess if we're gonna make the Clayconia, is that even in here yet? It is a functional flora. Must be a fairly advanced one, because Oh no, there it is. So yeah, we need a Rune of Earth, and the rest is just petals, like 2 light grey, 1 grey, and 1 cyan. So yeah, we'll start off easy with the Rune of Earth, I think it was. So what do we need for a Rune of Earth? Let's have a look at that. Rune of Earth. We need a mana steel ingot, a mana powder, a perfect Larimar, and a shimmering mushroom. Looks like any kind is fine. So let's get ourselves that stuff. Larimar. Grab some of that. We'll also grab the mana steel. Some of that. Mana powder. We'll probably need mana pearls at some point, so we'll grab those out of there too. And what else was it? Earth. A block of coal. And a shimmering mushroom. How do we make shimmering mushrooms? Let's see. Dye and a mushroom. That's pretty easy. Make a few extras, because why not? Okay, so once we got all that stuff, let's see if we can figure this out. So we basically just put them on the altar, supply it with mana. Alright, let's grab our tablets back out of here. We'll fill these back up again. And let's see. So we got that one. We got that one. I'm going to need another mana spreader, actually. Grab that out of there. So yeah, this one we need to put it there, and then we need to point it at this. I think that's how it works. Alrighty, so we'll put the ingredients in here. That. I'm going to right click it because I haven't had much luck throwing stuff lately. So we'll put the mushroom in there. Rune of Earth, Rune of Earth, Rune of Earth. Feel like I'm missing something. The mushroom. No, we put that on there. The Larimar. Alright, here we go. Bam! Wow! The heck? Sound effects. So I think the last step for us is... Oh, we've got a display here. So it's using the mana. It's got a little progress thing going on there. Nice one. Now, when that's finished, I think we need to put a Livingrock stone on there. We can probably even do that right now. Let's just chuck it on there, because that's sort of like the seeds when it comes to the Petal Apothecary, but it's Livingrock with this thing. And we need to use our wand, I think, as well. Maybe. Okay, we got the little tick. Bam! Nice. Drop Pop Candy achievement. Sweet. So if we wanted to make more of these, we could. I don't think we need more of them at the moment, so that's fine. Yeah. Let's just go grab our mana tablets before I forget. I don't know if these will despawn. They probably will. One downside of this is I keep picking up the charcoal. Anyway, we have our very first rune, the Rune of Earth. And with this, we should be able to make the Clayconia. Let's put those in there. I don't think it uses up the rune either, by the way. I'm hoping it doesn't. But yeah, let's take a look at the Clayconia. So we need 2 light grey, 1 grey, and 1 cyan. So for this, we got to go back over to our Petal Apothecary. I think we'll only need 1 of these, to be honest, because they have a pretty big area, I think, that they operate in. 2 light grey, 1 grey. Cyan. Which one of these is cyan? That one there, I think. Is that cyan or is that cyan? Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, so I think that is everything. We need a seed, of course. Chuck that there. And then, can we right click these? Because that would be way easier for me. No, we have to throw these ones. And then our Rune of Earth. There it is. And did we get back the rune? I've got a feeling it ate the rune. Well, that sucks. I thought it would give it back to us, but it appears to be disintegrated. So that's unfortunate. Let's just take a look at the Lexica Botania again. Where was the section on runes? Runic Altar. Any runes used for recipes in the Runic Altar. Okay. So if they're used as recipes for the Petal Apothecary, they get used up by the looks of it. But if they're used as a recipe on this thing to craft other runes, presumably, they don't get used up. Alrighty. Good to know. So yeah, this thing here, this is a functional flower, obviously. Maybe we should have made a second one. Okay, I'm just going to make a second one real quick, guys. Bear with me here. So we need one of these. Mana powder. Okay, we got a second one. So I want to keep one in our functional flower area over here. So we've got, that's a generating flower. Let's just grab our key. We'll put the generating flowers down the bottom here and the functional flowers up the top here. Just lock that. Okay. So we have our Clayconia, guys. Finally, that's one of our main goals. We do have to set up, I guess, how this works and automate it and stuff like that. Now, this thing does actually use mana as well, so we will need to direct some mana towards this thing to keep it functioning. We might actually put... Actually, we could use one of these. Or we could put one on top of that. That'll probably run out there, right? So we'll just rotate this thing around. And we'll probably set it up over here, I think. Or we could set it up... Well, let's just check out the... we'll check out the range of the thing first. We might as well turn it into a floating flower. Since everything else is floating. I think these are cool. Just turn that into a floater. Alrighty, so let's have a look at the range of this thing. Oh, it's quite big. Yes, quite big indeed. Where should we put this? I guess it's going to be convenient for me right now to set it up over here. Like in this spot somewhere, like it's fairly central. So, whole area, that's pretty central there actually. We could even move it across one. Grab you. Right there, that's perfect. Okay, so that's going to be basically what this thing does is if it gets supplied with mana, which we will do with this thing. So let's see. Yeah, we'll just do this. Bind mode. Like that. So that should be getting mana now for us. And essentially what it does is turn sand into clay. So into clay balls, unfortunately, and not clay blocks. But let's just test it out here. So if we stick this over here, this over here. I don't know how long it takes. I don't see any particles on that. Okay, guys, I've been waiting here a while, and I think this is not working. These might actually need a mana pool directly next to them rather than a mana spreader firing at it. So what I might do, we'll only need a small one here. So we'll grab a diluted mana pool. Let's grab some of these. Grab a diluted one. We don't need a full-size one. And we should be able to put it on top of this. Where did it go? Let's grab that. Okay, this is filling up from that. Nice. Put that on top. Okay. Wow. That is actually super fast. All right. That is super fast. Wow. Now, I am going to have to set up some modular routers here. I could use the formation plates, like I've done over here with applied energistics, but I think modular routers are just going to be super, super easy and cheap to set up, because I am going to eventually want this whole area placing clay. Although I might not even need that big of an area, to be honest. I could even squeeze it in over here, actually. In this spot. Although, have we got anything underneath this? Let's have a look. I think we'd be pretty safe with that area, actually. So yeah, I might move this over to this little spot, because based on the speed of that, it's not going to need the whole area. If it had been super slow, I might have had the whole area, but I think we'll be fine with a much smaller area for this thing. So I'm going to pick this up. It kind of wastes the mana, but never mind. Direct that back in there. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll set it up here somewhere. I'm going to get this set up anyway, guys, and I'll be back shortly to show you what I come up with. Welcome back, guys. So I've spent a little bit of time setting up the automated clay farm here using our Clayconia, and I've got the diluted mana pool up here where it can get a direct beam from this mana spreader over here. It's a little bit slow in transmitting the mana into this mana pool, so once it's used up the mana in this mana pool, it kind of operates at this kind of speed, but it can actually operate much faster than this if it's got enough mana going into this mana pool. But you know what, I think that's plenty fast enough. So if we take a look over here, this is where the clay is being sent. If we take out all the clay out of here, we can start to see here how quickly it's being produced. And for my needs, that's plenty fast enough, because we can just set it and forget about it, basically, and it's gonna build up a good supply of clay balls. Now I'll show you guys how this thing works. It's pretty basic using modular routers. So by the way, underneath here, what I've got is the toggle bus set up right here, so that can disconnect the chest from the main ME system. But we have an import bus here with max speed upgrades, so anything that I'm producing down here in this area, I can send to this chest to have it sent through to the ME system. And if I need to toggle the chest on and off, I can do that with this lever. So once that lever is switched on like that, it's going to transport all of the stuff in the chest, whatever it is, straight through to the main ME system. So we can check it out in here. So if I can spell clay correctly. So we're already doubled the amount of clay that I had, which is awesome. So we're definitely going to be comfortable with clay from now on, which is really good. Anyway, so that's just basically how I'm importing it into the ME system. And I'm just going to show you guys the rest of the setup here. So over here, we'll just chuck a muffler upgrade in there so we don't have to see those particles all the time. But what we've got here is a vacuum module. And this is just whitelisting clay bowls so it doesn't suck up all the charcoal and stuff that's hanging around as well. And then we've got a sender module. This sender module is set to send the clay balls over to this chest, as we already saw. And so that's the modular router that's in the middle there. And then all around the outside in a square ring from this central modular router, we've got a puller module. And what this is doing is it's pulling the sand from this chest over here. Where is it? This one here, which is also my charcoal chest, that one right there. And so I just upgraded it to a 2x2. So now it's got the sand and the charcoal in there as well. And that's connected to an export bus to the main ME system. So yeah, basically these modular routers around the outside, these are all set up the same way. We've got speed upgrades, a couple of stack upgrades, camouflage upgrade, and we've got the puller module pulling from that drawer that I just showed you guys with the sand in it. So that's stocking the buffer. And then we've got the placer module, which does the same thing as the formation plane basically, and places the block of sand above. Pretty much that is it. So yeah, it's working pretty good for us right now. Just going to be constantly pumping out the clay balls for us. Yeah, really, really good. Amazing how powerful just a single Clayconia is for the clay production. Like, it's just crazy how good that is. So yeah, I'm starting to get the idea that Botania might actually be pretty powerful once you got it set up. I think we've already got all of our mana there as well. But yeah, I think I'll turn my shaders back on because it is super dark out here in the void without the without the shaders going. So let's just turn those back on. I mean, it is nighttime, but these definitely light up the place a lot better. We just can't see the mana now, unfortunately. Well, guys, you know what? I think we're going to leave it here for this episode. We got a ton of stuff done today as far as Botania goes. Check out all of our Botania stuff we've done in this episode. We've got our mana production there. We've got our clay production there. We've got our Livingrock and living wood automated over there. We got all our petals, mystical flowers. We got the Petal Apothecary, got some mana pools going, and over here we've got our Runic Altar, and we've got our 3 functional flowers and our 1 generating flower that we've crafted so far. So in the next episode, guys, we are going to run some more vaults, don't you worry. I think we will do the Paradox Vault. We haven't done that in a little while. And we might even start our massive Idona grind. We'll see how much time we've got for that. But I definitely want to progress a little bit further in Botania as well, so that we can get the leaf duplication and other item duplication happening as well that you can do with Botania. So for that, we're going to have to create a portal and some other cool stuff. But that's where we'll leave it for today. Hope you guys are enjoying this series, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.